Welcome, everybody, to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode number 70. I can't believe Pink missed episode number 69.
When I saw you guys post that podcast and when I saw the number, I was pretty devastated.
Thankfully, I think Addie only made just two jokes at its expense. Today, we're aiming for a shorter podcast because I am currently being asked to join along for a Lord of the Rings marathon, so we're gonna try to go for a short one today. And this is where Addie says his ritual of 5 hours. Right, Addie? Every time I say let's go for a short episode, Addie always says 5 hours. And not today. Not today. He's fucking with me today. I don't know what's up.
We haven't even gotten to introducing ourselves, and he's already screwing with us.
Yeah, I'm Alex. That's Pink.
Hey there.
And also I think Addie may be dead. I believe the Russians may have got him again.
Again.
Which is unfortunate because this first topic really pertains to him. But let's go on it anyways. First topic, hey, April Fool's Day and For Honor. They did the best April Fool's Day celebration any video game has ever done.
Indeed.
They did not troll us thinking that and make us think we're going to get anything like a new character. No. They replaced all the minions in the game with Rabbids.
And it was glorious.
It was kind of funny because it actually changed the mechanics a little bit.
Right. Because all the Rabbids, they died instantly upon being hit, which is different from the typical vanilla minions that take 2 or 3.
I believe it's 2 or 3, yeah. I think they usually take 2 heavies or 3 lights, I want to say, but Addie's the expert, but he's apparently not here.
For the
quality
podcast, drink 5-hour energy.
Was that what you were doing, going and fucking getting a 5-hour energy?
Well, I was trying to look for a transcript of the ads, but I couldn't find one, so whatever.
So, Addie, how many hits does a minion die to in regular For Honor? How many?
Depends on the character.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
There it is.
Let's
not go too into detail. Like I said, I want this to be a shortcut podcast. So
right.
This is probably the greatest thing a game has done for April Fools. I'm just going to go ahead and say that, and one of you guys can dispute me if you can remember anything better.
I cannot. I'd actually have to agree with you. I thought the Rabbids were fantastic.
Daddy, you got anything?
Nah, I don't think I. Then again, I haven't partaken a lot in a lot of freaking
online games.
Yeah.
Right.
And April Fool's events.
You know what the problem with this is?
Yeah.
We're now gonna expect something similar next April Fools.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd be happy if they just did this again.
Right, make it a yearly tradition. I'd be down for that.
One day of the year, each year, the Samurais, Knights, and Vikings replace all of their men with anthropomorphic rabbits screaming. In some other goofy news, Addie actually mentioned to me the Devil May Cry 5 censorship a couple weeks ago. I said I was going to talk about it, but because we ran out of time, I didn't get to talk about it. Well, now I get to talk about it now that it's been fucking taken out of on PS4. So, for those who don't know, in Devil May Cry 5's story mode, at a couple points, Trish and Lady and V are each naked. And while we don't see V's, well, anything above the waist for V, for Trish and Lady, they both had segments where their asses were visibly on screen on PC and Xbox. On PS4, they were covered up by fucking J.J. Abrams lens flares.
You guys got screwed.
No, I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. Well, I'm every fucking, pervert and masturbator everywhere was like, "Oh my god, no! What am I supposed to do if I can't masturbate to a video game character's ass?" But I
For
thought it
all
was,
0.13 seconds it'd be on screen.
no kidding. But I thought it was fucking hilarious. Well, the thing is, there's a segment where legitimately, like, ladies on asses on screen for a full 5 seconds, and for the entirety of that 5 seconds, it's covered up by the fucking lens flare.
It's glowing.
It's
she's so pale that you can't actually see.
like
Light refracts off her ass.
Yeah.
I was about to go for a joke of like Dante's behind her and he goes, "Oh, I'm blind." But they took the censorship out because enough people bitched about it. And yeah.
It is odd that it was only censored on one platform and not all of them.
Okay, here's the thing.
Because they wouldn't have to take the censorship out if it had been on all platforms. But because it was only censored on one, like, their hands are kind of tied with that because you don't tend to censor more. You tend to take censorship out.
Well, here's the thing. So this is what a lot of the anime masturbation nerds were freaking out about, because apparently Sony's been putting in stricter regulation on weird Japanese bullshit lately, the past couple months. So it's thought that Capcom did this specifically to avoid Sony's wrath, and now that it turns out that Sony doesn't give a shit about a little bit of ass, as long as there's no tentacles going up it, then they're fine. As long as it's on women above the age of 18 and there are no tentacles going up it, Sony's like, okay, A-okay. Which, hey, no tentacles and Trish and Lady are both like in their 40s, so hey, it's cool. And yeah, I thought the J.J. Abrams ass lights were hilarious, but this doesn't really matter.
Right.
It was an odd censorship to begin with, because at the end of the day, it is just a little bit of ass. But, I'm just glad the game overall isn't that heavy on fan service. The most naked character in the game is V. Because he is just running around shirtless with a coat over his bare chest, but he leaves it open.
Right.
So, Addy, I hope you're ready to play as half-naked Goth Man. If you ever if you ever buy Devil May Cry 5, which at this point, like, there's so much Nero in the game, and if you really hated him that much, you probably should just skip it.
Yeah, I gave the demo a try, but in 4 and in 5, in the smaller parts of 5 that were in the demo, I just disliked how Nero played so much.
It takes some getting used to, that's for sure. 2 new Mortal Kombat characters were revealed, and the link to one of the videos is bugging out, but thankfully I put a working link in another channel, in the gaming channel of the Discord, so hey. Oh, now it works. Now that I changed channels, the link works. So right, 2 new Mortal Kombat 11 characters, Cetrion and Collector. So I think they also finally revealed Noob and Aaron Black's gameplay in the recent Combat Cast, but I don't think I've been able to get footage of that yet. So, hey. But we did get the reveal trailers for Cetrion and Collector. Did either of you guys get the opportunity to watch those trailers?
I watched Collector,
I saw Collector's video, and I saw, like, little snippets of Cetrion.
Alright, so Cetrion is a goddess of some kind. Like, she's an elder god. I think she's actually just an elder god.
She's the Avatar.
Yes. So she is Shinnok's sister, I believe? Which, boy, the ugly tree only hit one of those siblings, huh?
Yeah.
And where Shinnok is the god of death, it's supposed that she's the god of life. And for Shinnok, for some reason, the god of death just means he gets big skeleton hands. For Cetrion, it means she gets the full fucking spectrum of fire, water, and earth, and wind. So, one of those siblings got screwed a little there, I'm gonna be honest.
But does Cetrion have the Starleaf seal of approval?
Does she have the what seal of approval?
Talim.
That's one of the elements, Addy. Why would you choose specifically the one just to find the meme? You will go to any lengths to link it into some fucking meme. I don't get it. You've got to be working on an entirely different level from everyone else on the planet, because every single thing you hear, you have to, like, run through a fucking computer engine to figure out, oh, where's the fucking meme here?
Where's the connection?
If there was a game of Where's Waldo, but instead of it being Where's Waldo, it's Where's the Meme, Addy would win every time. Yeah. So Cetrion looks like, guess what? A fucking zoner. Because we needed more of those. But it's difficult to say because no one's really got their hands on her. And
Right.
a fighting game character becomes entirely different once the community gets their hands on them.
Right.
In contrast, Collector looks like a lot of people are just saying he's Scarecrow from Injustice. Which is kind of accurate, I think, but not as much as they're saying.
Right.
Which, it looks like he has chain moves, and he's probably going to have a move that pulls the opponent to him, but at the same time, he's got actual projectiles.
Yeah.
And his melee moves his up-close moves don't look like they're actually kind of bad. Which, I never really liked Scarecrow in Injustice, I'll be honest, so I'm not... If I think the character is alright, then I'm not going to see the comparison.
Right.
I don't imagine you really put much time in with Scarecrow either, because he's not your type.
Right. Like, I only had three characters that I played a lot. One of them was Captain Cold because he's the absolute worst. Then Starfire because it's freaking Starfire. And then I actually played a lot of Red Hood because he had the good bounce moves. Or not bounce moves, the lunges.
Yeah, well,
that could combo well.
He had no bounce moves unless you took an ability.
Right.
Which is why Red Hood was I think... was Red Hood still top tier without his abilities? I feel like he still topped most of the tier lists.
I would say so. Yeah. I don't know how everything stands now that everything is out and finished with, but yeah. Way back when, he was pretty powerful.
I want to say the top two on every tier list were Red Hood and Supergirl, but I might be wrong.
Ah.
Which, I mean, yeah, Supergirl was caked in all kinds of tools that were obviously useful, so I could see why she gets up there.
Right. She had, like, the Dragon Ball Z teleport type move.
That could be meter burned into a bounce.
Yeah.
She had her little spin that could be meter burned into a tornado, which also gave lots of combo possibilities. Collector looks like a really fun character because he's going to be the guy that obviously we're going to get a lot of fun stuff from the equipable moves. Just based off of the idea of character who just has a backpack of whatever useless shit. We already see he's got like the little lantern on he's got a little spike ball on a chain. He's got the lantern, which does God knows what. He's got several different varieties of knives and sickles. He's got a weird way he can throw out slow blue projectiles. Fucking guy'll eat your heart out, I guess.
Yeah.
And he looks like a really fun character because he's Shao Kahn's tax collector. Apparently, in the trailer we see he fights about Baraka just because Baraka won't pay up on his taxes. And
I didn't know the Mortal Kombat cast had taxes to worry about.
No, I didn't either, but now, well, this guy, they really got to fucking worry about them.
This changes everything.
So with Cetrion, she's just kind of, I mean, it's too early to really judge Cetrion, but right now she seems like just kind of a generic nature goddess, so we'll see how she shapes up. Collector is already a really fun character. He's a weirdo character, and that's a lot of fun in fighting games.
Right. And these are both new characters, right?
Yes, these are both entirely new.
Right.
In fact, I believe Cetrion and Collector may be the only new characters on the cast, right, Addy?
I have no idea. I've not been following Mortal Kombat that well.
By the way, Addy, you finish what you're going to say, because I was going to lead into a different thing.
Yeah, even now the thought crossed me was what if you know how every Japanese fighting game now has crossovers? So what if somehow SNK teams up with freaking NetherRealm and we somehow get Kim Capon in this game and he accidentally starts killing people?
Every one of his fatalities is an accident.
Yeah, like no, like he does his normal kick combos, but one of the kicks goes through the guy's chest and shit like that.
Okay, make that one fatality. The other fatality is Kim walks away like, okay, you've learned your lesson. And then Choi and what's the other one?
Yeah, I think it's Chang.
That doesn't
But
sound right.
I don't know. Let me check.
Because it was, fuck. The two criminals that Kim always drags along, they show up and kill the guy,
It
right?
is Chang.
Choi and Chang. In case you needed reminders that the Japanese can sometimes be kind of racist against Koreans and Chinese. Oh, we need two Korean characters. What do we fucking name them? Chang and Choi. Oh, that's fine. But yeah, like Choi shows up and carves him up with his knives, and then Chang smashes him with the boulder, right? Make that a fatality. And then Kim's like, guys, I told you to stop murdering. And Choi and Chang both kind of shrug, like fucking Urkel or something. And a sitcom theme plays in the background. Oh, that Choi and Chang.
they call the guy up and then Kevin Enthusiasm starts playing.
Speaking of fatalities, there is a firm difference in fatalities between Cetrion and Collector. So Cetrion's fatality, I don't know, did either of you guys get to see Cetrion's fatality?
I think I saw it, but apparently I wasn't paying attention.
So Cetrion, first she turns into a giant and steps on the person, which apparently does no damage, it just levels them to the floor. Then she turns into Galactus level, fucking the size of the planet, breathes a shoop-de-whoop laser onto the person, old memes, making their torso explode.
So, long story short, Galactus.
Yeah. And it's all unblockable, I'm sure.
It's all blockable. When you're in the fatality, you have one frame where you can press back, and then if you can actually hold it, then you get the magic pixel back, and the round starts over.
I think in Mortal Kombat 11 they actually added back Mercy, so you can just that you can now actually there is a way specifically for you to survive even past the fatality stage, but only if the other player gives you Mercy. But still, interesting mechanic to bring back.
Heroes never die.
But the Cetrion fatality is actually kind of lame because she breathes the laser on you and the character's torso explodes and the other limbs go flying off. And of course, there's lots of people pointing out that she should vaporize them to a skeleton or something, but I'm sure there's just all kinds of ways that fatality could have been improved.
Yeah.
In contrast, Collector has an amazing fatality. Did either you guys saw that one, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one is disgusting. Very disgusting. Much in the same vein as Melina's fatality from MKX, which I'm sure you guys remember.
Yeah,
I
she's
don't.
Bowser chick, right?
Yes, Teeth Chick.
Yep.
Melina's one was the one where she rips you in half and then starts eating your intestines.
You keep calling these fatalities disgusting and brutal, and I'm just like I'm here like, I've seen worse.
Well, there's certainly a line between where it was in like the MK9 and prior, where the worst we got was Shiva skinning a guy alive, and then we get the brutally realistic scenes of Melina tearing a guy in half and eating his innards. And Collector does something along similar lines. Now, instead of tearing you in half, he claws into your chest cavity and starts fishing out organs. And I don't know.
I mean, if you can't pay the money back from your pocket, you pay the money back from your chest.
Yeah, no kidding. I think that's the idea. But I don't know if you guys actually took a look at what Collector's doing in there. He pulls out an intestine and goes, and then throws it away. Pulls out the heart and is like, oh, I'll keep it. Stuffs it in his backpack. And then takes Baraka's entire head and stuffs it in his backpack.
Yep.
It might come in handy.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it works like a Medusa's head.
You know what? You know what? You should have saved that for any fatalities where Collector takes their hands. Would have came in handy. So the really funny thing is, I don't know if I think you can actually kind of see it in this picture we've got of him. Collector's actually got 6 arms, but he's got 2 of them entirely devoted to holding his bag on his back.
Spider people.
Yeah.
Walk like people, talk like spider or whatever.
Walk like people, talk like spider. Does that mean he just makes clicking noises?
Yeah.
Ah. But now people are joking about like, so Collector just takes people's organs instead of their gold. What if he just shows up to Shao Kahn like, he didn't pay his taxes, but I got all this shit, and he just dumps a bunch of organs on the ground, and Shao Kahn's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
And thus Ermac was born.
This can't fund public fucking works, Collector. I can't just pay contractors with a heart. Like, the fucking construction worker contractors show up for the new road work in Outworld, and Shao Kahn's like, here's your pavement, and he just throws a kidney at them.
So Shao Kahn goes to a finished building. He goes up to the contractor and he's like, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and then hands over a still beating heart.
And none of us are going to make jokes about contractors being heartless, right?
Yeah.
Alright, good. Nice to know we got the standards. Alright, and now on to something that Pink can actually talk about. Hey, another Avengers little trailer thing. Avengers Endgame.
Right.
And this one seemingly doesn't display a lot of info. But I heard something pointed out the other day. Throughout the trailer, you'll notice that at several points Black Widow has blonde hair. At several points she has red hair, right?
It keeps changing.
Well, here's the thing. When they're going into space in the Guardian ship, she has blonde hair.
Oh, man.
And we still keep hearing that all the footage is from the first 30 minutes. Do the Avengers go into space in the first 30 minutes, get their asses beat by Thanos, sent back to Earth, and they're like, fuck, he beat us again.
We gotta start all over.
Like, the Avengers are getting a bad batting record here, man.
It would be pretty spectacular to go to theaters, have them fight Thanos within the first 20 minutes and lose, and then start all over again.
Okay. You know what I want? I want them to get to wherever the fuck Thanos is. Probably somewhere on Titan. And they get up to Thanos and they're like, Thanos, we've come to get rid... And then Thanos just snaps his fingers, space stones them back to Earth. It's like, fuck.
Perfect. Just start it.
Not today.
Endgame will be a 5-hour, 4 to 5 hour movie. The first 20 minutes is the team going up to Thanos and winning, and the last 3.5 hours is the team watching Shrek.
Shrek
isn't
isn't 3
that long.
hours.
I don't know how long it is.
We both provide the same. Shrek isn't that long. What are you talking about, man?
Dumb minds think alike. Oh. So what they might actually be going for here is they could be going for having the time skip be after the rematch. Do you think they might be going for that?
Hey, but there's definitely something else going on.
Yeah. This movie is actually only getting harder to predict with every trailer. And like they apparently don't lose anyone in the first trip, because we can see quite clearly in this photo here, Black Widow's got red hair, but other than that, everybody's here. Rocket, Nebula, Ant-Man. Oh, they might lose Bruce and Thor. They're not in this picture, but they're not going to lose Bruce and Thor, because, duh. No, maybe Bruce. They might lose Bruce. Bruce. Oh, I got a lisp now. You're going to lose Bruce, guys. Phew. But yeah, Pink actually had to miss all of what I just said, but
Yeah, stupid Discord.
everyone is in there in that picture except for Bruce and Thor. And presumably Bruce and Thor aren't going to die to Thanos in the first 30 minutes, so that means everybody survives the first fight with Thanos, presumably. If we're still sticking with this idea that they lose again.
Right. I mean, can Thanos legally kill anyone else now that he's achieved perfect balance?
Captain America.
But then it's off balance.
Somebody is killing Captain America and or Iron Man in this movie.
Yeah, but then we'd have to resurrect 2 other people to take their place. Otherwise, it's no longer balanced.
I know. They go to Thanos. And Thanos is like, you need to raise 2 champions who will fight each other to death. and whoever wins can decide what I do. So they kill each other, and the rest just decide to bring everyone else back to life with the freaking reality stone. Making Dragon Ball lost shit.
I was about to say, you're describing a Dragon Ball plot line here. Well, we won't fight the villain. We'll just fight each other because fighting is great, guys. I love fighting. What is it with anime being like fighting is inherently a good thing?
I mean, it depends. It depends. in Dragon Ball, not even there. Like, not even there is fighting good. It's just that Goku is a freaking dumbass, and he thinks that fighting is inherently good.
So does Vegeta.
Meanwhile, well, yeah, but they're both from the same dumbass race.
But Goku got a concussion, and that somehow makes him not think like a Saiyan.
Nah, it's just his Saiyan has to see through years of stupidity.
It's the fucking Dragon Ball lore. He's a good guy because the concussion made him not evil, like the other Saiyans.
Well, yeah, but he still has a lot of Saiyan-like traits, so you gotta assume that some parts of Saiyan still remain.
By the way, can I just say how hilarious it is, the idea of, well, he was a bad guy until he got brain damage. Let's not talk about Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You know, I realized something the other day. Like, I'm ready for Cap and Tony to go. It's going to be sad going forward without Cap, and I don't know how they're going to be able to do several of Marvel's storylines without Cap or Iron Man.
Right.
But with that said, I have more of a feeling Nebula's going to go. And that's one that's actually going to hit me pretty hard, because Karen Gillan has taken the nothing character of Nebula from the comics and turned her into a really fun character.
Right. I was hoping she'd stick around for a lot longer, because I wanted to see her become a mainstay of the Guardians franchise.
I could just see Endgame being one of her finale too, though. You know?
Right.
Like, it's a little too weird that her and Rocket are the only Guardians that are alive, and they can't kill Rocket.
No.
Rocket is legitimately, he's too much of a cute, small animal for them to kill.
Plus, they don't even need to keep the same voice actor for the decades to come.
They don't, but I feel like Bradley Cooper's going to show up for the paycheck anyways.
Right.
And I have to give...
If he wants to... He's also probably got a much easier time doing the movies than everyone else, because he doesn't have to do makeup and all that.
Well, I mean, oh, damn it. Vision's actor, Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany said that, like, at first he hated Vision getting added to the movies because he had to start actually showing up to the set and being there. Where before he only had to be in the booth for a day to record all of Jarvis's lines and then he was done.
Yeah. And now he has to sit in wardrobe for 12 hours to get all painted up and rubbered up and turn to Vision.
Yeah, he got it rough because Vision is like very little CGI outside the cape. He's very heavy on the prosthetics.
Yes.
The thing with the guy who has to be Rocket is that he needs to fit in that small raccoon suit. That might be a bit hard.
You say that, they actually have James Gunn's younger brother do the mocap for Rocket. So he is there in every scene that Rocket's there. Is just fucking Scott Gunn, like sitting on his ass or on his knees to try and be as short as Rocket. And the scene from Guardians 1 where Drax pets Rocket is hilarious because of that. If you ever get to see behind the scenes footage, it's legitimately Batista petting the head of Scott Gunn in one of those mocap suits. And the mocap
I need to go find that.
The mocap suit makes Scott Gunn look like fucking Filthy Frank, but green instead of pink. I don't know if Scott Gunn still does the mocap after the fallout with his brother, though he'll be back now. You'll remember Scott Gunn plays Kraglin in the Guardians films.
Yeah.
I'm still a little disappointed he didn't get to be in Avengers, but I mean, at the same time, it would be kind of funny. All right, we got Captain America, Star Lord, Doctor Strange, and Kraglin. Huh? I love Kraglin.
Also, by the way, for the Cap stories that you talked about, how they would do it with Cap scroll.
Cap scroll. Well, now it's been a month. Fuck it. Spoiler for Captain Marvel, but the Skrulls are good guys in this universe.
Right.
Which is I think is actually really interesting. And they'll probably make the Skrulls villains in the future. It's just them trying to, play fair and say like, hey, not all Skrulls are bad, just a lot of them.
Right. Right.
Which, I mean, the actual comic universe works on the same rules, right? Aren't there a couple good Skrulls?
Yeah.
Even Super Skrull at times is kind of heroic.
Super Skrull, Elijah. I want to say there's somebody else, but I don't recall.
The runaway, Carolina's dipshit girlfriend that I hated for so long.
Yeah.
Zavin. Who is definitely not in the Modern Runaways comic because nobody likes her.
Right. Hulkling as well.
Hulkling!
The Young Avengers.
Oh, yeah, Hulkling definitely takes the cake for the most heroic Skrull, doesn't he?
Right.
It still boggles my mind that Marvel apparently slept with a Skrull at some point. It's weird how have they never actually gotten around to having Hulkling and Phyla meet?
No, I don't think so.
That's weird. That seems like a lot of story possibilities that they've just never touched. I mean, and Phyla's back now. Don't get me wrong. It's obvious they wouldn't be able to meet when Phyla was dead for 6 years, but she's back now. Huh.
If we can get them on the same planet, maybe.
Maybe. Well, that or we can get Hulkling just go into space, which doesn't seem like a Young Avengers storyline, but anything for a storyline.
Yeah. It's time to meet your family, Hulkling. Get in that rocket ship. You'll be fine.
In that rocket ship, we're going to introduce you to your sister and your dad's ashes, and your brother's ashes, too.
A lot of ashes up there.
In fact, you're going to meet your sister. You're going to also meet your sister's ashes. They're both existing at the same time. No one's exactly sure how. By the way, the Velv family, in case you haven't noticed, very unlucky.
No. In fact, you'd probably be better off hiding in a bunker somewhere.
It's a good thing that your boyfriend is basically a god, because otherwise you'd be fucked.
It's probably the only reason you're still alive.
Alright. Now, Pink, you're going to have to shut the fuck up for a little bit. Well, I guess you could talk. I'll let you talk, Pink.
Thank you, Poppy.
But here's the thing for Addie. And Addie, I want to know if you've heard about this, because this is entirely blindsiding me. I had not heard of it at any time before.
I have.
Apparently, Netflix made a documentary about the development of For Honor.
They didn't make a documentary about the development of For Honor. Playing Hard was a documentary made by Ubisoft about the development of For Honor that got put on Netflix a couple of days ago.
How long has this been out?
I don't know, probably since release, so like 2 years.
Why did they make a documentary?
No idea.
I'm trying to recover this because it turns out this is actually old news. I guess it's just old news. All right, fuck it. We're deleting that topic. Go. All right. Hey.
And it's gone.
First trailer for Joker.
Oh, man. I actually watched it.
Did I.
All right, we've all watched it. So, okay, I have conflicting feelings on this. So I'm going to wait and hear what you guys say, and then I'm going to play devil's advocate to it. Because I'm feeling both ways on this, honestly. All right, Pink, you shoot first.
Okay. Right off the bat, I want to say I've hated everything about this movie going into it. Upon watching the trailer, My opinion remains largely unchanged, but there's one thing I want to say, and that is that I don't feel that this is actually a Joker movie, and I don't think it can be judged in such a light. The only Joker movie we've truly gotten this far would be The Dark Knight, whatever, from the Nolan thing.
Nicholson
This,
Joker was Joker.
right, but I've never seen Nicholson Joker.
Oh, really? You need to go back and watch Nicholson Joker. He was damn good. Not
Right, I need
Ledger
to
or
go.
Hamill good, but good.
Right. One of these days, I'll actually go back and watch all those old ass Batman movies, just so I'll have an opinion on them. But something to do in the future.
Yeah, that would be a
So,
fun topic because I think I disagree with the masses on what is the worst classic Batman flick.
but watching this Joker teaser trailer, it actually looks very interesting. Not in a DC Comics kind of way, but a story of a crazy psychopath who turns into a clown. I think it could be fun.
That's the main thing I've been hearing people say about it is a lot of people think the script was originally not written to be Joker.
Could be,
And,
could be.
And that DC picked it up and made it a Joker movie. Which, I mean, you can definitely tell, like, there is no superhero-ness at all going on here.
Right.
And we're still curious. We still don't I think a lot of the judgment will need to be reserved until we see what kind of Joker this is.
Yeah.
Either he goes full psycho, in which case this is the Killing Joke, or he's actually a sympathetic, freedom fighter against the Gotham establishment, in which case this is Batman White Knight.
Right.
Either way, it could be kind of interesting, though the first could be bad if they make it too edgy. The former could be bad if they make it too edgy. The latter could be bad if they make it too patronizing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, either one could have a reasonable chance of success if they do it right.
Yeah.
Which, this is going to be a heavy load on the writers.
Right. And what's really complicated here is that Joker won't actually have a hero to fight against. Because there's no Batman in this film. It's just
It's
Joker.
the world. The enemy is the world, Peg.
Thomas Wayne. It's Thomas Wayne.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yep, because I remember.
Wait, are we in Universe 7 or which one it was where Thomas Wayne became Batman?
No, we are not doing Flashpoint, thank God.
That won't be happening for a couple more years.
I think we're honestly doing Thomas Wayne pre-Back Alley. So, because
Pre-dead.
Because a lot of people, there's specifically a couple scenes where we see Joker trying to make a kid smile, like forcing a kid to smile.
Yeah.
And the kid's wearing a suit and it's at a gala. So a lot of people are thinking that kid is Bruce.
Right.
Which I'm not a fan of the idea of Joker being like super older than Batman.
He's 40 years older than Batman.
Batman's gonna be fighting him and Joker's in his fucking 70s.
No, we're doing
an oxygen tank.
We're doing the Batman Beyond thing where Joker isn't a person, Joker is an idea.
Joker isn't a person, Joker's an AI. He's stuck in somebody's ear, you mean? It looks like it's trying its hardest to divorce itself from the rest of the DC universe, which is a good idea for what they're trying to go for here. But at the same time, it does kind of look like they're setting up Batman. Which, obviously, there's not going to be a sequel to this in any way. Joaquin Phoenix deliberately said he's been going out of his way to avoid superhero stuff because he doesn't want to get tied to a franchise. So, even if they are like, hey, Joker 2, it's not going to be Joaquin Phoenix.
Right.
With that said, it's a little bit difficult to tell right now, but it looks like Joaquin Phoenix might be a decent Joker, though he's taking a little bit too much from Heath. Though that was kind of
expected. Yeah, that's just what you have to deal with nowadays, because everybody loved Heath, so that's what every other Joker since has tried to be.
With that said, at the same time, he's got the Heath hair, but he's got the Cesar Romero suit still. And but the makeup is entirely new. No Joker has gone this hard on the makeup. I gotta say
Right.
that.
Because this Joker hasn't fallen into a vat of chemicals, so it's actual makeup and not just skin.
Yeah, but unlike Heath, it looks like he actually used a mirror when he was applying the makeup.
True.
This is definitely going to try and go for, like, I don't know. This is probably going to, I'm curious if it's going to be actually sadder or a little bit less sad than the regular Killing Joke here. Because in the regular Killing Joke, Joker has a wife who is pregnant with, a kid on the way, and he's trying to hack it out as a stand-up comedian. Here it looks like he doesn't have a wife or family outside of his quite possibly mentally ill mother.
Right.
Which we all know, the mother has now traded spots for the wife, and he'll be Joker when she dies, but I wonder if it's going to be sadder to see the mother go, because you guys get what I'm saying here? It's going to be sadder to see the mother
Yeah,
go,
I
because
get
she's
what you're
very
saying.
clearly, like, in a more desperate position.
Yeah.
Or will it be a little bit less sad, because it's not going to be like Joker had a life ahead of him? Because at even this position Joker's in at the start of the movie, he's got a pretty shitty life.
Right. I think overall it's less sad, but more understandable in that her death is what will throw him over the edge.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try and make, like, Killing Joke, it was just straight up like, he was a regular dude, and then he wasn't.
Right.
Whereas here, they're making it clear that he was cracking a long time ago.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed what he writes down in the notebook, but one of the things he writes down, which presumably it's his comedian's notebook for, like, jokes he's going to tell when he's on stage, one of the things he writes down is the funny thing about having a mental illness is that people expect you to act like you don't have one. So he's definitely got something going on. And they're probably going to emphasize that angle of him being abused, definitely, because we see a bunch of kids fucking beating his ass in an alleyway.
Right.
We see some people beating him up in the subway, though that's the moment where he becomes Joker, because his reaction is to start laughing. And that's when we're going to get the watch the pencil disappear moment, aren't we? I know they're going for the usual trailer thing of take an ironic song and put it over it. I want them to have at least one moment where we get a proper bombastic Joker song. Because the original Jack Nicholson Joker had a great theme song that I absolutely love. And I need to look it up, but it's, I'm looking it up because I've actually got it on Spotify. It's Waltz to the Death is Joker's theme in the original Tim Burton film, and to me it is just the Joker theme. Because it's very sinister, but it's also very bombastic and very theatrical. Which, to me, that's always Joker, someone who enjoys hurting people and makes a big show of it.
Yeah.
Right.
For this movie, they'll reuse Pink Lamborghini.
I missed the reference entirely. I do not know what the fuck you're talking about, which I should probably be glad about.
I don't remember whatever the hell the last movie that Jared Leto Joker was in. That was his own movie. But that movie is, I think, by DJ Khaled or someone. It was called something like Pink Lamborghini.
You know what? I'll believe you for now. So, I think this Joker could develop to be really interesting. But since Pink's taking a pretty good stance on it, first let's hear what Addie's got to say. Addie, what do you think of this?
I wasn't impressed. That's the short way of saying things, I guess.
I don't think you're the type for a slow drama movie, are you?
No, definitely not.
But don't you want to go into filmmaking?
Look, man, I want to make movies. I want to make movies that I would watch, or basically, I have no artistic motive.
Guy.
No, that doesn't mean that I don't have freaking visions of shitty C tier summer blockbuster villains.
He's going to inherit the Sharknado series.
Not the Sharknado series, the freaking probably with how I'm going, probably the Naruto series. All things considered, but
Oh, Jesus.
yeah,
If you become a purveyor of trash, Addy, I will kick you off this podcast. We'll see it in headlines. Addy the hero makes $1 billion Naruto movie, gets kicked off podcast.
But yeah, the thing is that I don't do good with artistic shit because I'm more a utilitarian guy. So if I don't see utility as something, then I don't like it.
Well, there is utility in a lot of this stuff. You just gotta kind of pay more attention to like stuff like symbolism and what have you. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these movies are trying to convey a theme of some kind. Like every movie has a message, and some people think it's silly for every movie to have a message. But either you give your story a message, or somebody else will.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
What's the message of Fast and the Furious?
I haven't watched the Fast and Furious movie, so I can't tell you.
The only message that
Addy, the first one alone, I can tell you, with that Vin Diesel and Aaron. What was that? What's the guy that died in the car crash?
Yes.
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
Yeah, him.
Between those two characters, I guarantee you, Fast and the Furious has a message about friendship, saving the day.
No, I think the freaking
They're family films now.
Yeah, I was about to say I think the actual meaning of it is something like freaking Ohanami's family.
Precisely.
Right? Don't they have the cast of like fucking 10 dudes for every movie now? Every movie,
Yep.
Vin Diesel, Rock, Ludacris, Michelle Rodriguez, they all show up for this shit.
Yep.
Michelle Rodriguez and Vin Diesel stopped having to do real movies because they can do this shit instead.
All right. Turns out I was wrong. It's not a song for the Jared Leto movie. It was a song for the first Suicide Squad. It's not by freaking DJ Khaled. It's Rick Ross and Skrillex, and it's not Pink Lamborghini. It's Purple Lamborghini.
That all sounds absolutely terrible.
It's like you were trying to go worse than DJ Khaled, so you wound up with Rick Ross.
Yeah. Freaking Rick Ross, the Tesco value DJ Khaled.
Like, not only is he worse in just about every regard, like, it's especially morally. Because didn't he have a song about fucking roofing a girl and raping her?
Yes. I don't think the song was about roofing a girl and raping her, but he did have a throwaway line about roofing a girl and raping her.
Yeah. Ugh. Back to Joker, please.
By the way, he also
take me away from this edgy filth and return me to the Joaquin Phoenix purity.
I mean, Rick Ross wants you to look him up on Expedia.
Joaquin Phoenix is getting it easy. Can we all be honest? Joaquin Phoenix is getting it easy. He doesn't have to do anything, and he'll be better than Jared Leto Joker.
Oh yeah.
He looks like he's at least partially actually Joker in this movie, rather than writing damaged on his forehead and just doing weird shit. All right. I'll try and be devil's advocate for both of you. So Pink said it's not a superhero movie, but it does look pretty interesting. I will say this movie looks like it's going for quite a bit of edginess, which, if mishandled, is going to develop to a lot of cringe. And to a certain degree, when you go into a Joker movie, you expect a certain degree of Joker. And I'll be honest, I do want a Joker that's just bombastically evil and has joke gimmick weapons. Where's the fucking boxing glove? Where's the boxing glove gun? Where's
the acid flower?
Where's the acid flower? The acid flower is such a great one. They could use that to make Joker so terrifying.
It's not a boxing. It's not a boxing. It's not a boxing glove gun anymore. It's a boxing glove. Freaking. Oh, what are those things called? The flying things.
A gyrocopter?
Drone?
Well, yes, a gyrocopter, but what are they freaking?
Okay, well, Addy thinks. Let me just go ahead and finish my thought from earlier.
Yeah, you do that.
None of them have done the acid flower. That'd be so good to make Joker creepy. He just
Right.
sprays the acid on somebody's face and their face melts off.
Right, so boxing glove drones. That's what I was going to say.
Boxing glove drones. He deploys an entire fleet of them, and they're just flying around punching people. They don't even have the boxing glove guns attached to them. They're just ramming into people with boxing gloves on them. Dive bombing the hell out of people. And now I'll play devil's advocate to Addy. I will say the idea of a slower, dramatic superhero film still really interests me. I thought Logan was a pretty good movie. It had some missteps, don't get me wrong, but I really enjoyed it and thought it was an interesting experiment to see like other people take a shot at in the future. And while there's there are characters in the DC and Marvel universes other than Joker that I'd like to see get a shot at it first. Characters with less over-the-top antics that I enjoy. Because, I mean, let me lead that into a question. Pink, if there were any superhero who you think would be really interesting with a slower, more dramatic take in a film, who do you think it would be?
Oh.
And you get no points for saying Daredevil.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. I don't know why he popped into head too. At least partially because I guess they won't have to do the stupid moon copter.
Right.
It's just a flying crescent. It makes no sense. How does
That's
this
the
thing
beauty of
fly?
it, I suppose.
The French love it. It's real tasty, they say.
Oh, I'd like to see. Okay, now you're leading into a stupid one. I want to see a stupid one-off gag from a comic, just one of the really dumb comics like Windpool or Deadpool, where you just see a shot of Batroc the Leaper trying to eat the moon copter. Moon Knight would be an interesting one. Because him also being, filthy rich in the Batman way gives some explanation for why he can continue to do this. But I feel like if they really wanted to go for, the serious dramatic edge, and also the edge, they really got to do the Mr. Knight thing. Because the Mr. Knight persona is cooler looking and more interesting than actual Moon Knight persona.
Right.
It just looks too cool, him getting into fights in that pure white suit.
Mm-hmm.
Moon Knight could be fun if they fully went along with some of the idea, that little lore bit that Taskmaster refuses to copy Moon Knight's style because Moon Knight's style is borderline suicidal. Roll fully with that. Make it a fucking crazy guy who should be dying with every single thing he does, but he doesn't. So it adds a little bit of credence to that idea that he's actually being supported by the fucking god Khonshu. But at the same time, that's the only evidence we get. So we're like, is Khonshu real?
Right. Is Khonshu really helping this guy out, or is this guy just somehow not dying?
Is he
some other god?
And the drive of the edginess just makes it so he actually wants to die. He's purposefully trying to commit suicide while taking out bad people.
Well, that's just Deadshot, though.
Is he crazy, lucky, and crazy lucky? Alright, we gotta get this moving along. We're sitting at 58 minutes here, and I'm pretty sure people are tapping their feet waiting on me now.
Let's blast through this all.
So, hey, so the Suicide Squad thing. So, apparently the current rumor going around is James Gunn's not allowed to recast any of the characters. So, Idris Elba will not be playing Deadshot. He is going to be in the movie, playing somebody, but it's not Deadshot. The character of Deadshot is just getting torched. Which, good choice. Can I just say, there's one other major black member of the Suicide Squad. Give us Bronze Tiger. I want Bronze Tiger. I was calling for him last episode. Give me Bronze Tiger. Idris Elba's Bronze Tiger would be fucking amazing. Give me Bronze Tiger. And also Viola Davis is returning as Amanda Waller, and
That's unfortunate.
Still not a fan of skinny Amanda Waller. I'm still not a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
That's just one fold of the problem, though. Addy, you go ahead and say whatever you were going to say, because I'm going to go for a little bit.
Yeah, to replace Deathstroke, they should just put in Slade.
Nah, reserve him for Teen Titans whenever they get around to doing Teen
Right.
Titans.
I don't think Deadshot has ever actually served on the Suicide Squad, and I don't feel like he's a character that should.
Deadshot's a founding member of the Suicide Squad. Did you mean Deathstroke?
Yeah, I meant Deathstroke. My
Yeah.
bad.
I can't see Deathstroke surfing on the Suicide Squad just because I can't see Deathstroke ever taking orders from Waller.
Right, because Deathstroke is always in control of everything.
With
Deadshot, you can believe Deadshot as a puppet for somebody else, but not Deathstroke.
that said, Waller is Waller. Like
Right.
one of my favorite little lore bits of the DC universe is like Waller is the only one of the only people in the DC universe who Batman is genuinely scared of.
Right.
So yeah, Waller's going to continue to be lame though because they got Viola Davis, and like, don't get me wrong, Viola Davis is a talented actress, but they're going to be continuing the character of Amanda Waller from the last movie. Then, even though they're calling it a spiritual reboot, most of the cast is returning.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still going to get the firmly unsympathetic, full-blown villainous Amanda Waller, which is not a fun character because she's just evil Nick Fury. She's just
Precisely.
she's just evil government woman, and that's it. Like, Amanda Waller, when done best, is like ultimate Nick Fury, right? Where it's like,
Right.
what a shit heel, but they're right. Oh.
This will play into the Joker movie
No, it won't.
somehow.
Don't even joke.
The Joker movie will be about taking down the evil government woman and the Waller.
The continuing trash fire that is the poor portrayal of Amanda Waller. Well, I'd love to keep talking about it, but me and Pink talk about it pretty much every time Suicide Squad comes up. Because honestly, Amanda Waller is one of my top 10 favorite characters from DC, and it just hurts my soul every time. Ugh. But you don't want to know a bigger trash fire, guys?
Yeah, what's going on with this?
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio and Taika Waititi are working on a AKIRA film adaptation. This cannot go well.
No, probably not.
So which 15-year-old will they pull off the street and make them into a freaking gigantic meat monster?
Well, that's the first question. The second question is, Taika insists he's not going to make most of the cast white. I don't believe him. Obviously, Leo is going to be in the film in some capacity, and I have no clue what fucking character in AKIRA he could play. Because every character in AKIRA is Japanese and a Tokyo native. And the entirety of AKIRA's plot, like, they'll probably move the movie to like New York or something, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be freaking Romeo plus Juliet again.
Be quiet, Ed.
Leonardo DiCaprio is in it, so.
Oh, this is physically painful. I don't like Leonardo DiCaprio either. Oh man, imagine if they put him in the role of Kaneda. He's just in part of a high school biker gang. He's like, "How do you do, fellow kids?" So, but Akira, I should know, cannot be divorced from like the whole culture Japan the post-atomic bomb culture Japan has. Like, the atomic bomb is a central fucking element to Akira's plot. Like, perhaps not directly, but like thematically. And I mean, Japanese film in general, it's very difficult to divorce them from the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but like, Akira's gotta be one of the biggest cases of it. Because neither of you guys ever got around to watching Akira outside of a couple scenes, right?
I watched Akira fully, but that was like 10 years back, so I don't remember shit.
So, Akira legitimately starts with Tokyo getting nuked in like the year 2000, and then it getting nuked in like the year 1990, and then cuts to like 2020 where it's been rebuilt, and life is shit because of it. So, right there already. And it focuses a lot on like the Tokyo culture getting worse, and the big crime scene developing, and the government getting really inefficient and very corrupt. And this is all like meaningful stuff for like Japan, who dealt with the atomic bombings, and like Japanese like old traditionalists who do see their culture as having declined after westernization. And this is going to be kind of meaningless to Americans. I hmm. I can't see how DiCaprio would. Oh, DiCaprio's the producer. Okay, there we go. But he's still probably gonna star, isn't he?
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
The,
It'll be a lot
DiCaprio,
like
the,
Birds of Prey,
Dica-
starring and
DiCaprio,
producing.
DiCaprio will be Canada's motorcycle.
Okay, I'd pay to see that. Just someone sits on Leonardo DiCaprio's back and DiCaprio has to make vroom vroom noises.
Doing a dog walk as well.
Oh, man. I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of AKIRA. I'm saying all this. I'm not a huge fan of AKIRA, so it's not like that big of a... It's not a heartbreaker. It's just kind of a hilarious trash fire. And representative of a weird trend in American film.
Yeah.
And I mean, the inevitable comparison is going to be Ghost in the Shell, right?
Yeah.
There was that whole thing. This would be worse than Ghost in the Shell if they actually did this. Because Ghost in the Shell, like, specifically, they outright said Scarlett Johansson's character was Asian before she was made into a robot. That whoever turned her into a robot, which I don't know that because I didn't. Again, I also didn't watch much Ghost in the Shell outside of the film. Specifically made her white for some reason.
Yeah.
And the actual fucking creator of Ghost in the Shell, the original manga, came out and said, yeah, that's canon. That's how it was in the comic, in the manga, too. But it was still really controversial. And this is like, this would have to be that times 1,000. And also, we're skipping over this. Taika Waititi is the director here. Taika Waititi makes weird comedies. Not AKIRA. A film that starts as like a biker action, then turns to Lovecraftian horror, and all throughout is like a discussion of the idea of martial law and whether it can be beneficial to society. Which, by the way, that's one part of AKIRA that's not going to age well, because AKIRA is firmly in favor of martial law. Like
Akira really likes doing dragon whips or dragon tails or whatever it was called.
Shut up, Addy.
You just said that they are very much in favor of martial law.
If somebody at some point in the planet makes a pun, and then Addy hears of it, I can never say either of those words again, because Addy's just gonna correlate them. One fucking Tekken character gets named Martial Law, and now anytime we ever bring up martial law, Addy's gonna be like, "Oh, Tekken character." Oh, I'm getting salt. I'm getting salt. This is bringing on the salt, man. Like, ugh. And now, this is also rough for like. This is rough for myself because I thought Thor Ragnarok was half of a good movie. And Pink, I think you really disliked Thor Ragnarok, didn't you?
I actually, for the most part, enjoyed Ragnarok.
Okay, but would you agree with me that it's half of a good movie?
Yeah.
And I think I disagree with the masses and say that I think a lot of people say that it's half of a good movie. I disagree with the masses on which half, though.
Yeah. I remember you talking about that.
Because I thought the Asgard half was great, and the Sakaar half was just wacky comedy looking up its own asshole. You know, Taika Waititi and Chris Hemsworth and fucking Tom Hiddleston all masturbating live on camera. Which, I mean, is the name of modern comedy. Modern comedy, the writer might as well have not shown up, because modern comedy is 99% improv. But, you know. And while I don't think Taika Waititi is going to try and turn AKIRA into a wacky comedy, because God help you, how could you? Oh, Oh, Tetsuo's turning into a meat monster. He ate his girlfriend. Ha ha.
Help me, Kaneda. I can't wipe my ass.
Oh,
There. That's how you do it.
I have 30 arms and they're all too short.
I am like a T-Rex times 5.
What? Oh my
Hey,
god.
Volcano.
Volcano joining at the last possible second here.
Hey,
So-
sorry.
So, Volcano, what are your thoughts on freaking Tetsuo not being able to wipe his ass?
I have no idea.
What a moment to walk in on.
The meat monster cannot wipe his ass, and Volcano must not know. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's just going to be I'd be interested to see if that turns out to be anything more than a trash fire. Alright. Hey, Addy, what's coming up on the channel this week?
Let me look it up.
By the way, we should probably skip meme hour this week.
Yeah, because we want to keep it short.
Well, too bad.
No, we will not. I refuse. I fucking refuse. I will cut the podcast before we can do
I have
meme.
I have four pictures.
Save them for next week.
They're already saved for this week because I didn't post them last week. That I don't know. Yes.
Alright, fuck. Just post them right fucking...
What am I looking up? Right.
You're looking up what's
Why are
coming out.
you asking us? What are you looking up?
Jesus Christ. We're at an hour. People are waiting on me. And Addy insists on having meme hour.
Bloody hell, Lovia, did you set that freaking YouTube to YouTube Studio?
I didn't set YouTube to anything. Look, Addy, I'll satisfy you with one thing for meme hour. Get a look at this. I had to save this for this week because Pink wasn't here last week. But it technically came out last week. But get a load of this. Get a fucking load of this. And please image load for the love of God.
It refuses.
Just click on the link. Just click on
I just clicked on it and opened it in the window.
So, you guys have heard about the rampant jokes now of the Avengers need to beat Thanos by having Ant-Man jump up his ass.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Josh Brolin posted that in reply. And look, I've been saying this entire time. The flaw in this theory is, who's saying that Thanos' asshole isn't tough enough to withhold Ant-Man?
He's probably got some pretty good defenses up there.
I'm just saying, Ant-Man tries to grow up Thanos' asshole, which I can't believe I'm having to say out loud on a podcast. Ant-Man tries to grow up Thanos' asshole. We're just going to see Ant-Man soup shoot out of Thanos' ass.
Right, so...
I can't believe Addy's missing out on this. I'd figure he'd be having the time of his life with this topic discussion. Addy, how do you feel about Ant-Man jumping up Thanos' ass? And also what's going to be up on the channel this week.
Yeah, so on the 8th, you will see yet another part of Sengoku Basara. It's still not finished.
My god. We recorded that shit last year.
Yeah.
We recorded that shit midway through last year. Didn't we finish recording in like October?
Yes.
Oh my god. I mean, Scribblenauts is dragging even worse, but still.
Oh yeah, freaking stop it. So Scribblenauts is dragging even worse, but it's also not being recorded right now, and yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Ugh. At
Oh,
this rate, we're not going to get around to recording the last session of Scribblenauts until the summer.
So yeah, also on the 12th, you will see the first part of Smite with Volcano.
Woo!
Oh,
wow.
Also, just post one timestamp and you'll just put them at freaking 10 seconds or some shit. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, we'll just have a slideshow. It'll be a new thing. We should probably just do this for every meme hour. I'll just put up a 10-second slideshow for each meme.
So yeah. This kind of relates to the Ant-Man one actually.
Why is it Max Headroom?
No idea.
What even is that?
It's not even Max Headroom. I think it's from that incident where
It is.
Okay. So, Pink, there was a TV show in like the 80s or 90s about Max Headroom, and the idea was he was an AI TV host, and it was a dystopia, and all that kinds of shit. And also, like in the early 90s, someone was able to hijack the TV airlines in like fucking Wisconsin or some shit, and just broadcast themselves ranting nonsense while wearing a Max Headroom mask, and then took their pants off and showed their ass to the camera. And the police were never able to track down who the guy was.
He's still out there to
What?
this very day.
The Max Headroom ass man is still on the loose.
Freaking filling gun noises. So yeah, that's meme hour for this week.
That's the meme hour.
We're not even really talking about the memes themselves. It just led into us talking about the Max Headroom incident.
Yeah.
Oh, history is weird.
Yeah.
Who's tree?
All right. Now, let's see. How fast can each of us talk about what we did this past week? Pink, go. Ooh.
I watched NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Fantastic show, top to bottom. The only match that really kind of didn't stick with me for the show was Pete Dunne versus Walter. And that's because Walter is big, fat, and bland. He's basically Austrian Baron Corbin.
People talk about wrestling nowadays, and I don't understand the names.
Yep.
What is a guy from freaking the German wrestling promotion that the guy who does Bunch of Mania works at is? Whatever. I don't think that made sense in English. Or possibly any other language.
All right,
But
Pink, go.
yeah.
Keep going, Pink.
Right. I also finished, finally, The Incredibles 2.
Good
I
movie.
was pretty disappointed, to be honest. Thought the villain was kind of lame.
I enjoyed it because I think they went with the two. There were two obvious candidates, and I'm glad they didn't go with the other obvious candidate. I thought it was a twist that the other obvious candidate didn't turn out to be the villain.
Yeah, I thought what's her face, Evelyn. She struck me as a Cruella de Vil type of character from the second she walked into the room. So I was hoping that she would be the red herring, but she wasn't. And overall, her plot didn't make much sense to me in the end. So I wasn't a fan.
I don't know. I thought it was a little too obvious to make the corporate guy the villain. I didn't think
I thought he'd be the villain, but not like intentionally, or was hoping rather.
Evelyn to me seemed like she'd just be the tool for the corporate bad guy, you know?
Right.
So I was happy to see that it was actually the other way around. All right. Anything else? Oh, by the way, did you not think that moment where Elastigirl fucking shoots Evelyn out the front windshield of the plane using the flare gun? Am I alone in thinking, holy shit, Elastigirl just killed her?
No. I was quite surprised.
Like, fucking Elastigirl doesn't fuck around, man.
Elastigirl becomes a Punisher. DreamWorks just got the licensing.
Yeah. Like in the first movie when Syndrome accidentally killed himself. Like, no, we're not having any of that. We're not having any of that shit today. No. Elastigirl's making sure.
She takes care of business herself.
Elastigirl puts her hand down people's mouths and then expands her hand enough for them to blow up.
Yeah.
Couldn't you just suffocate them instead? That would leave a lot less evidence.
I was about to say, you're just about describing Spider-Man's way he threatened to kill Kingpin in One More Day? Was it One More Day when Spider-Man threatened to fill Kingpin's lungs with webbing?
Yeah. Maybe.
It's got to be, right? Because he did it in response to him getting Aunt May shot. Yeah, whatever.
The vaccine.
Keep going.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's right. I was confusing One More Day with something else, which is strange because everybody hates One More Day.
Yeah. And you should too. What else did you do, Pink?
I don't know. Minecraft with you guys. I did a lot of 2K19. Just did it with Addy before this podcast. I recorded something. I'm still in the process of editing all that though, so I don't know when that's gonna come out. If it will come out, hopefully it comes out. But aside from that, I think I'm done.
All right.
Addy,
Addy.
what'd you do?
Right. So, shit.
You should.
I don't.
I'd imagine
Yeah,
we all
I
should
don't-
this week.
We should hope so.
I think I mostly did the stuff for the channel because I didn't have a lot of time otherwise. Also grinding in For Honor because of course, and also, bloody hell. What else? Right, 2K19. I started 2K19. Kinda, freaking.
For a
I'm
weekend.
yeah.
For a
Currently,
weekend.
currently, I'm in a rivalry with both of the Usos at the same time, and it's a one-on-one freaking thing. So I'm not sure how that works, but they keep switching places.
That's a problem with fighting twins.
No, I mean genuinely. One day it's Jimmy, the other day it's Jay, and the game can't decide which one I'm feuding with. It's just both.
That's awesome. I hope that's intentional.
But yeah, that I also booted up Borderlands for a bit. Borderlands is still pretty fun. Well, Borderlands 2
I was about to
with
say,
Krieg is pretty fun.
hold up, let's go back a little bit.
But yeah, Borderlands 2 as Krieg is still pretty fun.
Yeah.
Too bad we won't play it.
Yeah.
Right.
Not for a weekend, we won't.
I mean, it's until the 7th, so who knows? Whatever.
There is no way we are marathoning that shit in a day, let me tell you.
No, I don't mean we should
Especially
play
not
through
when
it.
Alex has to watch Lord of the Rings.
I don't think we should marathon through it. But one off.
I don't
We
know.
won't see Alex for another 3 days.
I don't think one-off would be very fun in Borderlands. I think Borderlands...
Definitely not at the starting level.
Borderlands, I think you're in for the long haul. Yeah, exactly. Also, Borderlands 2, the starting part of Borderlands 2 is the worst part. Alright, is that about all you did this past week, Addy?
Yeah, I also find my edgy mask so I can actually freaking proceed on the Assassin's Creed Rogue review.
Alright, Volk, what'd you do the past week?
Wow, I'm trying to remember. But last night I watched Captain America: The First Avenger.
Continuing the MCU marathon.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It took I was like,
Did that one
yeah.
come before or after Thor? Because I think it came after.
It came after Thor. Oh yeah, I also watched Thor. How did I completely forget that?
That's understandable.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think I just played Mario Kart. That was about it.
Perfect.
Alright.
Yeah.
Has the Captain America the First Avenger aged well?
Yes, it has actually.
I need to go back and watch that one because I do not remember it very well.
Yeah. I was just glad because I called that Red Skull didn't die and he teleported, and so I win.
He got snapped.
That was a long wait for the end of that little thing there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
Right.
was.
One of the longest waits for a payoff in a long time. Ugh.
Yeah.
I had legit forgotten about Red Skull until he popped up in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was a new character when I was looking at him until it revealed his face, and I was like, oh shit. I had to remind myself that Red Skull had actually been in the movies before. Alright. And on my end, I didn't do a great degree. I finished Devil May Cry 5 for the second time. I beat it on the Son of Sparta difficulty, which is the hard difficulty. And I'll be playing on Dante Must Die difficulty, which is the fucking hardest. And I played the first level. Ooh. The AI is considerably more aggressive, and now a single hit will take off a quarter of your health bar. Woohoo. But yet, it's still not nearly as hard as 4 or 3, I gotta say. Which, I'm sure Addie's in the background like, yeah, but
It's a cakewalk.
some people are a bit angry about it. Still a damn good game. I have not rewatched the uncensored cutscene, so I couldn't tell you. I can't tell you what Trisha Lady's asses look like.
They're still just lens flares.
There's two of them.
In my heart, they're still lens flares.
They both have an S and there's a crack in them.
Yeah.
They share one crack. No.
Well, that's disturbing. I thought we were done talking about the AKIRA meat monster. Other than that, I think, they announced the next DLC pack for Total War Warhammer 2. It's a new Legendary Lord and some new units for Lizardmen and the Skaven. The Skaven get 3 new units. They get snipers. They get rats with miniguns, which, yes. And they also get deadly hamster wheels. And I refuse to provide justification for any of those things.
Hammond is the reason.
Yeah.
Hammond came home.
Okay, actually, you guys have played Vermintide, so I guess you do know the minigun. That's the delightful insanity of Warhammer right there. You can fight orcs with swords, you can fight demons with swords, you can fight rats with fucking miniguns and sniper rifles. And you're just a knight. Good luck. Meanwhile, the Lizardmen get an entirety of 7 new fucking units. They have... The Lizardmen already had units that were basically angry geckos. But now they get big, muscular angry geckos. They have lizards...
So...
Okay, go ahead.
Death Claws.
No, they're like human size, and they're actually kind of cute. Let me go get a picture of them.
Oh, so you mean Gojira?
No, they're like...
Kind of smaller, I guess.
They're about, like, probably 4 feet tall, 5 feet tall. Oh, I just put they're skinks, by the way, and I just put skinks into Google without putting Warhammer with it, so I just got a bunch of pictures of actual cute lizards. Let me just... Hang on. Yeah, here's the new infantry for Warhammer right here. Live in fear.
I see.
Okay, let me get an actual picture of Warhammer skinks. Alright, here we go.
Oh, it's a juvenile delinquent. It's...
Oh, I need to get a timestamp for that. Okay.
And he yells at me when I forget to call for one.
Oh, Jesus. I love taking Google image. Love taking images from Google Images. How sometimes I'll just make a mile-long hyperlink. Oh, Jesus, stop doing that. Okay, I'm going to delete that timestamp because apparently it's going to take me a little bit longer to find a proper picture. Okay, you know what? This is the best I could... No, wait. Fuck! I wasn't expecting it would be this hard to find pictures. Here we go. This. Oh, I love sped up podcasts. Everyone's panicking.
You're panicking. I'm just sitting here waiting.
Those are awesome.
Oh, so they're lizardmen from Soul Calibur.
Yeah, but they don't eat people.
Yet.
Yeah.
They haven't realized their true form yet.
But the versions we see in the video games are actually a lot skinnier and a lot cuter looking. They got really buggy eyes. I wish I could provide an image. I wish I could provide an image of what they look like in Warhammer, but Google doesn't like it.
Let me see if I can find a picture of it. Give me a sec.
The pictures they're actually taken from the game, they're very tiny and very cute. So now you can build an entire army of tiny, cute geckos to destroy your enemies. They also got...
So yeah, you see...
Oh, go ahead, Addy.
Yeah, so you said that they have really buggy eyes, so post a timestamp.
Oh, Jesus. We're just gonna put a fucking Assassin's Creed Unity picture?
Yes! That's exactly what I did.
Jesus Christ. There's lizards that breathe fire. There's lizards there's big dinosaurs, bastiodons, that can shoot snakes out of chutes on their back. And let me tell you, that's the scariest artillery there will ever be. Warhammer continues to embrace ridiculousness.
Make a giant that throws gnomes.
Yeah. Warhammer continues to embrace ridiculousness in the best ways possible. We got snake artillery going up against the halfling soup artillery. Volcano, what the hell are you doing?
I don't know.
I'm getting a lot of feedback on your end for some reason.
I think I'm like my things are just wigging out because I wasn't saying anything.
Ah, weird.
You can set it so it picks up sound at the higher freaking threshold or whatever the hell. Maybe that will make it so it doesn't become the feedback.
Is Volcano not on a phone? I think she's on
It's
a
a-
phone.
It's an option on the
Oh,
phone
fine.
app as well. It's an option on the phone app as well.
All right. And other than that, I can't think of a great degree of stuff I've done this past week, other than recording stuff with you guys, of course. I believe I tried to put in a little bit of time in KOF 2002. I love KOF. I don't know how the hell to play it.
Yeah.
And I still don't know how to play it. So there's very little success outside of the fact that I learned how to do short hops. That's it. And other than that, I don't believe I really did anything this past week. All right. Well, think we can call that a podcast, folks.
Spectacular.
How do you say bye?
1 second. 1 second.
Also,
You know, we
please
finished just in time as when we usually start the podcast.
Yeah, I did not know that you guys start so early.
No, I didn't tell you because I figured you just miss out.
Yeah.
Folk legitimately got no story there. We tried to start early and do as quick of a podcast as possible because my family wants to marathon the Lord of the Rings movies,
Right.
Oh yeah.
Put up a timestamp so we can finish.
which I'll be talking about that next week, won't I?
If you finish by then.
So there we go. That's the last image.
None of the pictures you post are... Oh, fuck off. So the... Addie, say bye, and don't delay this
Bye.
time. Okay, there we
There
go.
we have it.
Thank you, Addie. Thank you. All right, later, folks.